Front Row Motorsports. I'm Heather DeBeaux, and today we're going to take you through an update on the season so far for the number 34 and 38. Michael McDowell started off the season with a front row start at the Daytona 500 and followed it up with 2 poles at Atlanta and Talladega. The 34 team has 7 top 10 starts in the last 12 races, which led them to 4 top 10s so far this season. Let's go chat with the man himself and see how the season's been going so far. Let's go. And joining me now is the driver of the number 34 Ford Mustang, Michael McDowell. And Michael, you've had some speed so far this season, a little bit of ups and downs, but how would you assess how your year went so far?
I would give us a C+ if I was giving us a grade. Speed has been an A. I mean, we've brought a lot of speed to the racetrack, which has been fun, you know, to get my first career pole and then to back it up again with a lot of speed. So that's been fun. The execution has not been as great as we'd hoped, and you know, so for us, we went those 3 or 4 weeks with 30+ finishes, and that really kills the points. You know, we had a shot at winning the race at Talladega, had a shot at winning the race at Texas, and had a shot at winning the race at Atlanta, and kind of gave away those opportunities. So there's some heartburn on those, but the last 3 weeks have been great. You know, knocking off top 10s and running where we feel like we should, and so you know, it's a long season. And you have those ups and downs, and we know that we have the speed and we have the team capable of winning races, and now we just got to get it done.
What's your approach to managing those ups and downs, as you called them, like the roller coaster?
Yeah, it is like a roller coaster. You know, I always just say don't let your highs be too high and your lows be too low, because this sport will eat you up. I mean, it really will. And you know, we went those 3 or 4 weeks where we're just like, what are we doing? We cannot get a finish. And then now we're on the other side of it where the last 3 weeks, everything's gone well and we've got, you know, top 10 finishes and sometimes better finishes than we deserve, where on the flip side, we definitely had finishes worse than what we thought we deserved. So it's a long season.
So coming up this weekend, we have the Coca-Cola 600. The first weeks of June are pretty good, especially Sonoma for you. So what are you most looking forward to with those races that are coming up?
Yeah, this is like our time, right? This is where every year we seem to kind of get into that that game mode where we start, you know, rattling off top 10s and top 5s and putting ourselves in position to win a race. And we got Sonoma coming up, like you said. We got Chicago Street Course as well. But there's other good racetracks on there that people don't think about us as contenders, but you know, I think about Gateway and I think about Pocono and Nashville, and those are places where we'll have a shot as well.
Well, you heard it from him. Keep your eye on Michael in the early summer to get it done. We just heard how Michael McDowell feels about how the season went, but now we're going to talk to his crew chief, Travis Peterson. And Travis, you guys have had some ups and some downs, a little bit of a roller coaster, if you will. So how would you assess the first part of this year so far?
Yeah, I mean, basically, as you said, right, we've had really good success from the front row at Daytona, but also, you know, getting crashed at Talladega and finishing just about last car on the lead lap, right? So I think for the most part, we've shown a lot of speed everywhere, which has been great. But the speed needs to get more results for us. You know, we have to get the finishes to get the points and climb the ladder.
And you mentioned the points. You're trying to get back into the top 20. How confident are you to be able to do that and then eventually push your way into the top 16?
Yeah, I feel really good about getting to the top 20. The top 16 and knowing that it's really about 15th right now that you have to get to with Suarez having the win is going to be a big challenge. You know, I think we look at it right now, we've bled too many points. We're probably going to need a win. But I think we can get into that top 20, stay in the hunt, and you know, see what happens from there. We have some good races coming up.
Well, good luck to you this weekend and the rest of the season. We'll check in with you later in the year, but right now we're going to go talk to the 38 team. Todd Gilliland and team have continued to improve in his 3rd season behind the wheel of the number 38 Ford. He has 1 top 10 finish, 2 top 15 finishes, including Kansas and Darlington, and he's also led a career high of 95 laps this season. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today, but we do have his crew chief joining us now, Ryan Bergenty. And Ryan, how would you assess the first 13 races?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, looking back at the first 13 races, I feel for sure that we're headed in the right direction as a company, right? The 34, 38, we've all really strive to improve our program as a whole, and we've done a pretty good job with that. I think Atlanta was an outlier for us. We led a lot of laps. Todd's confidence was really high there, and we just tried to lump that into the following races. I think you know, 2 top 15s here at Kansas, Darlington were good outings. I actually feel Darlington we were a little better than finishing 15th, but you know, we'd have to start to put together full races and be able to just contend for more top 10s. But I think the potential's there, and we're getting a lot closer.
You mentioned the improvement and continuing that. You mentioned getting strong finishes. What else specifically can you guys focus on in areas that you can work on to improve more?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's consistency throughout a weekend. So not throughout the season, but just the localized weekend, right? From unloading close, executing kind of the driver tactics or approach to the weekend, qualifying offsets and stuff, and then a strong first 50% of the race helps you in the backside, right? So we just need to execute on pit road. Our strategy's been reasonable, but not perfect. So we just need to put that all together, and then I feel like we have potential to start contending for consistent top 10s for sure.
So Todd led a career 95 laps. That's huge for him, especially since there's a lot of competitors out there that win every week, and it's a daunting task to beat them. So how does that help his confidence moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can lead laps, it's a good confidence booster, right? Not only for him, but for us too. So it allows us to understand we've been building cars good enough to maintain good potential through the race and lead laps and stuff. So it's a confidence booster for him. I think Atlanta was a really good step for not only Todd, but the whole team, right? So a lot of the engineers and everybody understand, like, hey, we were able to produce a car good enough to go compete with the top tier teams. So it's a big confidence booster for us for sure, and we need to make that the normal and consistently go and try to achieve that for sure. Todd's put a lot of work into all these upcoming races, and looking forward to some good finishes for sure.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you this weekend in executing those plans to continue improvement, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It was great catching up with Michael McDowell, Travis Peterson, and Ryan Bergenty on their success so far this season. Tune into our next episode where we will talk to the Cup teams once again at Iowa. And later this summer, we'll get to talk to Lane Riggs about his rookie season in that 38 truck. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.